I was getting some coffee, and in front of me were a couple teenage girls. One of them looked at me, turned to her friend, and this is what I hear her say. Oh, I forgot to tell you, remember earlier when I was in the bathroom? I came out, there was a 40-year-old creepy guy staring at me. And I was like, did you just look at me and remember a story about a 40-year-old creepy guy? It's good to know that young girls look at me and the first thing they think is, you're going to be on To Catch a Predator on Dateline NBC next week. You're going to be naked, you're going to have a stuffed panda, you're going to be looking for love, and instead you're going to jail. Meet Chris Hansen. I say that, I'm actually married. I'm on my second marriage. And you know what? I think that everybody should be married more than once. Now, some people get mad at me and I call them women, but hear me out. Just kidding. My wife is pregnant for the second time. We just found out we're having a kid. You know, with women, it's different when women are pregnant. Everything in their life changes instantaneously. You know, as a man, I've got 9, 10 months, whatever, to adapt to the situation. Not for women. The minute you find out that you're pregnant, you stop everything. Perfect example, women can no longer drink alcohol in public because the doctors and other people will judge you. And then when your kid has a twitch at 4, you're like, I have no idea how that twitch got. No idea. It's terrible, it's bad. My first son was born in 4.5 minutes, which is very fast to have a kid, for those of you who don't know. This is what one woman says when she hears me say that. Wow, has your wife had a lot of kids? That was the nicest way of asking me if my wife has an extremely huge and stretched out vagina, ladies and gentlemen. As if from 7 months on, my son was just clinging to the womb with oversized man arms, hoping not to fall towards the big gaping white light below. Now, I didn't know this. I'll let you guys finish. My wife has magical genitals, ladies and gentlemen. She's just amazing the way it treats a baby. I didn't know this, but apparently my wife told me before we went in to have our son, she's like, listen, don't look down there during the childbirth. I guess a lot of women feel that childbirth desexualizes them. I get it. That's totally cool. So we go in to have the baby, and I'm standing up by her head. The baby starts coming out, and the doctor's like, you need to see this big moment. You're like, take a look. I'm like, no, I got a good spot up here by the head. I'm going to go ahead and hang up here. You go ahead and do what you do down there with your ski goggles and your face mask, and everything will be fine, okay? And he's like, no, you really need to see this. And he kept egging me on, so I finally snuck a peek, you know? And I gotta be honest with you guys. She's right. You should never look down there, okay? Okay? If you don't know what she's talking about, let me explain it to you a way that you can fully understand what it's like to watch something that you truly love be destroyed right before your own eyes, okay? Let's say, as an example, you really like chocolate shakes, okay? And one day, while you're drinking your delicious chocolate shake, out of nowhere, an underdeveloped baby head popped out of it. I rest my case. And what's more amazing after witnessing a child be born is I can't believe that people actually videotape this bloodbath. Who are these freaks? The last thing I thought about doing was videotaping my son be born. When my baby came out, he had things hanging off him, a sack fell on the floor that Tom Cruise came to eat. There was shit all over the place, man. It is the most surreal experience you're ever going to have in your whole entire life, right? My wife is screaming, the new baby's screaming, so I start screaming. I don't know if the purple thing on her chest is the baby. I'm on the floor naming the sack. You're Bryan Jr., this is awesome. Why are you so soft? And then they just picked me up, and they jammed a pair of scissors in my hand, and they walked me towards the umbilical cord like it was a finish line or something, right? So I'm going to assume that nobody here has ever cut an umbilical cord, so let me help you out. This is what it feels like. It feels like you're cutting your own knuckle off. That's what it feels like. So I'm over there, and I'm like, I'm cutting myself, I'm cutting it! And I passed out. 4 days later, I found out I had a little baby boy. Now, I guess if you were ever going to videotape a child being born, really when you think about it, there's only one time you could ever show this videotape, right? Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Halloween. Okay? Stick a television set in your window, hit play, and let the kids come on over, okay? They're like, yay, I'm Batman! Ding dong, trick 'em, ma! I don't want any candy. I want to go home and brush my teeth and use condoms. I'm Bryan Erwin. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much.